utilize this Carmilla with a Beatrix and an Arlet, which will cement the fact that this Roger will go to the jungle.
Yeah, with this Carmilla pick, right, it's genius. So, to a point, it's ingenious, right? With Chip, you will clump up, you will try to find an angle, and with Carmilla, it's just insta-lock you with the other marked players. And if you are able to crowd control that one player, you are able to stun all of them. So it is going to be scary for Alter Ego here upon engaging or committing for a fight on towards EVOS Glory's composition.
I'm just now confused as to where the Carmilla is gonna go. Technically, it's still a good flex. Roam would be the... yeah, okay, so it is Roam. They go for the Alpha, and the Barats will go to XP. So that's the flex of the Barats and the Alpha into the jungle. And now, dude, they have so much AoE. Their whole composition can just be defined with AoE. Faramis, Barats, Claude, Carmilla, and Alpha. You clump up, you're dead. Oh my goodness.
A strong AoE team fight draft for EVOS. But Alter Ego, they also have a strong front line that could deal with the AoE. And of course now the draft index for both teams.
Favors EVOS 7.0. That's one of the highest ones that we've seen, actually.
Wow.
The differential on the counter index 0.8. Man, I'm just really excited to see the Carmilla's debut here. Up against, like you said, something that wants to clump up. Chip with the shortcuts. We'll see if this is the counter to the Chip.
We will see the Land of Dawn for match number 2. It is the three masked men, Alter Ego, against the White Tigers, EVOS. Who will escape the red zone?
All troops deployed.
Ladies and gentlemen, 8th versus 7th right now.
Welcome to Mobile
Land of Dawn.
Legends.
Who will take game 1?
Talk to us about this Carmilla pick. What does it really want to achieve, especially when you implement it on the roam department?
Additional AoE and technically a point-click stun. You also have that concussive blast here that Dreams has gone for, so I'm just really curious to see how it's played around the mid lane as well. How much prio do you get with a Faramis and Carmilla combo together in the mid lane? Because early on, we already did see that Krite was shoved in as a Vexana. Looking at the emblems as well, he went for full tankiness, Dreams, by the way. Yeah. The Vitality plus the Tenacity and the Concussive Blast and the Tank emblem to add more. And Clawkun with the Agility and the Wilderness Blessing. So completely the opposite for Clawkun. No defense whatsoever. Wants to go for that maneuverability around the map.
Oh my god, seems like Rect finds an engage with that crash course, and also taking a page out of Rasti's book. Brings in the Revitalize in this game as well.
The Terrify almost made it like Alter Ego wanted to commit to that kill towards Clawkun, but he's all fine and dandy. And up in the top lane, in the gold lane rather, it's going to be a 1v1 because this Carmilla will be constantly on the pressure. It's moving around the map, trying to help out the lanes, especially when you want to shove it upon Alter Ego. So not much action in the first few phases, but when we enter team fights, it will look scary for Alter Ego.
Level 4 is where it's going to be at for both these teams, right? Alter Ego get a massive advantage at level 4. EVOS Glory have a similar advantage at level 4. All of them will be looking to skirmish once they get their ultimates, but Rect with the signature Revitalize on the Chip. Once you teleport, you get a little bit of that healing, and usually, when we do see the Chip go Revitalize, he actually also goes for Flask of the Oasis. So be on the lookout for that item as well. EVOS first onto the Turtle with better clear into XP.
EVOS already poking around the Turtle. Tied up, opening things up. Oh, the Daytona's welcome does not land, flickers out, but it will have enough time to take the Turtle. Oh, good! Carmilla stunned there as Annabelle claims the triple out of nowhere with the Curse of Blood. We see a Carmilla debut in Land of Dawn.
Realize you asked me what the Carmilla can do? If you clump up, you're dead! That's what he can do! Oh my goodness!
Wow. The stun, the control, the CC, the AoE, the everything for EVOS. And that was orchestrated by Dreams. It gives Annabelle a triple kill. and also the neutral. So EVOS, they are off to a flying start. This could snowball into something even greater. And now Alter Ego, their comp also wants to clump up because you have the shortcut.
Exactly.
You're also going to try to flank the players of EVOS. You want to try to fight in this big skirmishes when you are together. But when it comes to that, EVOS have the perfect counter.
It really is, right? The Curse of Blood, that was disgusting. The stun instantly onto, did he get 3? And then right into the Spear of
We
Alpha
need a replay.
too. I would love a replay because it happened so fast. And Dreams is going to be so tanky. I don't even think Alter Ego will be able to deal damage to him. With the Vitality and the Tenacity, you're tanky enough, but on the Carmilla, you're actually kind of like, it's off-putting how tanky you are on the Carmilla. Because you're technically a support. Right? That's what your role is. But she tanky, man. She really tanky. For now, I think they can control every single lane, and even Brands here with the Claude. I would actually say, maybe previously, we all know the Beatrix as a lane bully, but with all the nerfs through Beatrix, Claude actually does have a better time up against the Beatrix. And oh, Taz, he can't even go for the counter jungle.
My God, Daytona as well.
Shortcut.
Shortcut though by Rex, trying to
Don't take
cover for his teammate now. Rex, no man's land, trying to just buy time for his team here. Perhaps looking to die under the turret. But take a look at the space.
Oh my God.
That he has created
Rex?
for his team towards the top side, and Clocken will secure that kill eventually.
You can see EVOS just want to fight. I mean, Brands has completed the Corrosion's Kite, so he does want to fight and just help out with the utility that it has, the slow and also everything in between. And EVOS, 1 kill and a neutral to their pockets.
Rek did buy some time, delayed a little bit of that snowball, but Alter Ego weren't really able to utilize that time at all to do anything. The turtle was still taken, and now they go on Taz.
Important stun,
Oh.
Blazing Duet invested, and
Pi.
also the pull. Pi still able to get out with the flicker, but that means EVOS now, they can move onwards. Take a look at the concealed plays here of Alpha, and as well as Clockroom will secure Pi and Taz down and out, and EVOS glory is rocking in this game 1.
Sweet, sweet sugar for EVOS. They're getting the initiations, all the fight as well has been won by them. And you can see the CC that they have, the AoE as well. It just forces Alter Ego to give up to a certain degree. Sometimes it's either fight or flight for Alter Ego. 5 kills, 6 kills even for EVOS now.
Alright, it's just really tough right now. It's a 3,000 gold lead for a composition like this. And technically, even in the late game, EVO's Glory have a say. It's not one of those snowball comps that rely completely on the early game, because the Alpha will do true damage as well towards the later stage of the game. That's going to be really hard to itemize against for Alter Ego. Yes, and I'm not even mentioning the Claude, because the Claude is truly the late game threat that they have. But at this point, I don't even think Alter Ego can withstand the damage of just the front lines here. Just Clockhood, Dreams, and Annabelle, and Fluffy. That 4, combined with the Blazing Duet towards the end. Oh, ouch. All the, sound effects that you would make when you get hurt will be a good definition of what Alter Ego will experience very, very soon with this mid-game power spike hitting. Brands opted to go for Corrosion side early, so he's going to start participating in these team fights. Next on the item chain for him is DHS. So even the frontliners will be having a tough time dealing with this comp.
Imagine having so much frontline. You have the, tanky, fluffy, you have the Barats, and then the Carmilla. But then at the same time, you have the crowd control to really just enable Brands to then hit and just spin around like a ball of fire. So this could possibly lead to an Alter Ego demise. So far for EVOS, they have drafted this beautifully and they have executed it beautifully as well. They're looking for the fights, looking for the skirmishes, and also maximizing that, CC and AoE that they have. Just trying to trap Alter Ego in their places. They can't clamp up. They can't just, move in masses because they will get punished by EVOS Glory.
One thing that is still something that Alter Ego can play with is the fact that they have great wave clear, right? The Beatrix basically, even when behind, clears these waves super, super fast. And that's why they have been actually able to deny the mid-turret take for such a long time. With the help of the Vexana as well, a lot of good peel. So EVO's Glory, even though they have an overwhelming lead now, they can't really risk diving the turret to get a mid lane tier 1. It's still not worth it to risk that. But again, with them having this much of a lead, they can just stay patient. They don't need to be forcing a lot of these initiations. They don't need to be forcing these dives to get turrets because openings will come. And it'll come in the form of this. One lane doesn't get dealt with by Alter Ego, and EVOS Glory can capitalize. Through the side lane pressure that they are building up, the Lords will become easier and easier for them to take. And if Alter Ego want to make a big play by, you know, fighting, again, you clump up, you die, kinda. EVOS Glory with the game fact here by GoPay.
This marks the debut of Carmilla in MPL ID Season 13 after last being used 742 days ago by Vin in MPL ID Season 9 when facing Onyx. That's like 4 seasons ago. It has been very long for this Carmilla to hibernate and finally again waking up in MPL ID Season 13. So far EVOS has been playing this execution spectacularly. They're trying to clear up the waves as well. And this is the next timer they have. The Lord next on their sights. And Golden Staff as well for Brantov is ready to just dish out the damage needed to cut down through Alter Ego.
Yeah, that's the 9th minute, by the way. Got the Golden Staff in the 9th minute. He's been farming like a boss this game. He gets the Melting Roar, already has the OD as well, so some damage there, but I don't think it's enough to deal with the front line of EVOS Glory. Not right now. Fluffy has a whole lot of items already. Rushing the Dreadnought armor, has a lot of Jerkin, straight into the Sky Guardian helmet and the Radiant armor too. And even for Annabelle, with a War Axe and a Hunter Strike, only with a Brute Force breastplate, it's still enough for now to deal with the threat that Alter Ego have. I think when Taz gets the Endless Battle, then we will see a little bit more of that threat from Alter Ego. But even then, I still find it really difficult for him to actually look for these executes. Because the Dominance Ice will stop that attack speed. There's so much from EVOS Glory right now where they have an amazing front line, crazy damage, good punish. It's almost a complete outdraft. Alter Ego needs to kind of bank on a mistake from EVOS Glory. Maybe when they dive a bit too deep, Pi and Krike can look for a re-engage.
Let's see. The First Lord marching towards the bottom side of the map. Alter Ego still have a kill yet on the board. Let's see, will perhaps his defense might have somewhat of a counter play. EVOS playing it very slowly. Does not look for a fight. Instead here, just playing it casually because they know this is just the First Lord.
Branz is just so rich. He's also completed his Vina Nature, so this is just going to speed up his, you know, power later on the stages of the game. And also talking about what Mirko said, yeah, Alter Ego, they have good wave clear, so at least when it comes to sieging the high ground and the turrets as well, they have that clear. You know, they have the Vexana Lord, they have that Eternal Guard, they also have from by highs as well with the Beatrix, with a lot of wave clear as well, so that's a lot of options for them to withstand the pressure. Wreck might get caught here. It's gonna be fine. Oh no, yeah, he's gonna be fine. So just trying to face check the bush, but EVOS, they might look for something more.
No, they're just gonna zone Alter Ego away from their own jungle, freezing the waves as well, waiting for the next Lord that will come in 54 seconds and counting. Annabelle just going full damage now at this point, right? Already has the War Axe, Hunter Strike.
Sea Halberd.
Has a Brute Force breastplate earlier, but he decides to go for Sea Halberd. Usually, I think for Annabelle, he goes for a little bit more defense. I think usually it's Athena Shield or maybe even more physical defense. But in this game, yeah, probably the Sea Halberd will work. Technically, Alter Ego have that revitalized still, so something to keep note. And because Rekt is so behind, he's actually opted to not go for the Flask of the Oasis. He's gone for the Anticritus.
Silence Robe.
The robe, leather jerkin, so just pure tankiness. I'm waiting for the power spikes for highs, actually. He already has the BOD, Hunter Strike, and the Malefic. So, not that bad, considering he hasn't gotten any kills. He's been farming okay. Not to the level of Brands, obviously.
Man,
Wow, it's quite hard. I mean, you know, we also talked about how Alter Ego could bank on the mistakes of EVOS, but how do you do that exactly when EVOS is just playing this so clean?
Yeah.
I mean, the first two Lords has not been contested as well for Alter Ego. So now I'm questioning what is their timing? What should be their momentum, their window frame in where they could operate properly? Because this is just them waiting for you know, a catastrophe to happen.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that's the sad reality of this comp for now. If they make any proactive... Fluffy's just... Dynaman. Fluffy Dynaman with a Detonus welcome. Now, at this point, EVOS Glory have so much control over the map that Alter Ego, even if they try to shortcut in, they try to portal people in, they're just gonna die. If they clump up, they're dead. We've been saying that so much now, but it's true. So the only way they can force technically a mistake from EVOS is if they play inside of their own base. But even then, if EVOS play the way that they have been, mistakes is very risky to bank on for Alter Ego.
Yeah, let's see here with the Lord marching. Oh my goodness. Daytona's welcome on towards High. And let's see if Glockhun finds it. And he will. Highs will be the next on the topping block. And that is EVOS Glory looking to secure game one. Alter Ego, they were starving in this game and they will starve more. What a great start for EVOS Glory.
Flawless, unstained, unscratched and unshackled EVOS Glory, the White Tigers. They bite, leaving no bloodstains. A 9